Shalom, family. Glory be to God and blessed be the Lamb. Wow, we have a lot going on in, in this man's world today, in the devil's world. I mean, it's all kinds of shit happening. All kinds of shit. It's hard to even know where to start or to keep keep your thoughts in a straight line here. At least that's how it is for me. I mean, we have the wow. You know, once things are established, they are established. We live in a world now in which the establishment of the facts isn't read by by everyone as the same thing. It's like 98% of the world would call what is happening in Gaza genocide and ethnic cleansing. But that 2%, they got money and power. And what they say, go, I guess. And it's a big I guess. Or where we are now. We all know that, I mean, I'm going to speak for you. And maybe I'm just jigging at you. Maybe I'm just trying to prompt you into violence, instigate you to riot, maybe. I'm sure that some legal official out there have already looked at that angle. Instigation to riot, incitement to riot, speaking against the authority, recommending insurgencies and civil wars and rebellions against the governmental authority and the structures and the boundaries set up by such said governmental authorities. However, under their watch, according to the Bible, it has become under their watch filled with every vile bird, every foul thing. I'm going to read a verse here. I don't usually read Bible verses, but I believe in them. And you should too, because that's what we're going by. Whether you like it or not, we will either read you the scripture or beat you with the Bible. It doesn't matter to me. It really doesn't, particularly since you believe in shit like Baal. Where's Baal now? Is anyone out there praying to their false god Baal to stop the storm that lies in my hand right now? Right now, as I speak. You know it and I know it. Where's Baal, a Baal, a Baal? What is all this shit? I mean, a motherfucker can pass himself off as anything. As anything. Who told you he was a god? He did. Or did your daddy them? Now, one storm have he... Anyway, I'm off the beaten path, but I'm going to get back to it. Revelation 18:2. No, just Revelation 18. And after these things, I saw an angel come down from heaven, having great power, and the earth was lightened with his glory. And he cried mightily with a strong voice, saying, Babylon, Babylon the great is fallen, and is become the habitation of devils, and the hold of every foul spirit, and the cage of every unclean and hateful bird. For all nations have drunk of the wine of the wrath of her fornication, and the kings of the earth have committed fornication with her, and the merchants of the earth are waxed rich through the abundance of her delicacies. Wow. Oh, that sends chills right up my spine. I think that be you. I think that be you. We had a release of 3 million documents. And like I told you earlier, generally speaking, in any trial, he who has the most documents win. But apparently, that's not what's going to happen here. Or am I wrong? Am I wrong? Already, they're giving themselves carte blanche from the smallest hamlet and parish to the major cities, all the way up to the federal government, state level, city level, All of them are Baal worshippers. Do it look like we give a damn? Where's Baal at now? Where is Baal? No Baal, no Baal, no Baal, no Baal. Just like they Canaanite ass have to be some kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? So, I mean, I can't believe that it had to be one escape. Who wrote this shit down? I mean, man, next time the ineffectiveness of man, this shit should have never made it into the Bible. I mean, in terms of, it's a Canaanite deity. The only reason that we would know that is because someone was left alive to tell the story and to write it. That means we were 99.9 effective, and that 1/10 grew up, had babies, grandbabies, and they had babies, and they had babies, and Baal came back. The fertility god, he don't know what the hell he is. First he's a storm god, and then he's an agriculture god, and then he's a fertility god. He got them niggas any which way they go. The entire capacity, what don't his ass control in their head? In their head. And what kind of weirded out sacrifices did they have to make to that God that lived inside their head? Looking up at a stone-ass statue built by their fathers in a form that they themselves can't even verify. Yet there they are, bending their knees, doing rituals and running their stupid ass around, teaching it to their fucking children. We don't care about your Baal. We don't care about any other fallen god. We don't care. Well, you already know that. You already know that. I'm not telling you anything that you don't know. But Baal, Baal, the one that lives in your head, he knows it too. He has to be laughing his ass off. I mean, he's gotten mileage off this shit. Ritualize this, sacrifice this to me, do this degraded, deviated shit over here. And remember, you're never wrong. It's just human nature. Be your flesh. Let your flesh be your... Man, listen here. Listen here. Where is your God Baal now? I wait. We both know that he's not going to show up. But to save face and to be fair, we'll wait. We'll wait. And I don't have to show you because you already know. You already know that he's not going to show up. You know how you know? Because you're not either. He lives in you, if he lives at all. And the only place he could possibly live is inside your head, in your emotional, psychological, cultural understandings of what you've been taught to believe. Imagine being taught to believe something. I have never been taught to believe anything. It's always been a matter of pragmatism and understanding, followed by a careful analysis and logic. Not so you. Apparently, I revert back to what I said. We can't let no one escapes this time around. Nobody. Not one. Not one. Damn, if you want some shit done, do it yourself. God said, kill every last one of them, and look, it's some fleeing right now across the hillside. You may as well let them go because we can't catch them. Damn. They ass in a whole nother kingdom now. What are they going to do, start a whole nother war? This is what happens when your strategy bad. But anyway, who are these people? Let me tell you where all of this is going. And again, in the big scheme of things, we don't have a dog in this fight. We just want to leave. Because right after that, from Revelation 18 to 18:4, another angel comes out and he basically explains it further. And then after that, it says we should flee, get the hell away from you. So we don't have to take part in your just desserts. We didn't do it. Watch Why should we be bombed with you? Why should we? Now think about this. These are the types of people, and I'm being nice tonight. I am, for now. For now. These are the types of people who have driven you into war after war after war for the past 25 to 30 years. These are the very other people who have brought you social agendas. These are the very same people writing a policy that's so anti-American. Wait a minute. Not only anti-American, but anti-God, that is right in your face. But now it all makes sense. They worship something that live in their head. And we don't formally even recognize Baal. I'm telling you now, we only recognize the devil and that other dude, Apollyon. We know nothing about Baal. Ain't that some ancient stone? Well, like again, first they started believing, hearing voices in their goddamn head. Then they started shaping forms. Then they started teaching the kids that the forms is what's making the voices in their goddamn head. And before you know it, he's getting everything he wants in the vein of the Canaanite man. He's sleeping with everybody and everything. Period. End of discussion. All of that had to be brought about by his ass believing in a false ass, stone ass God, a crazy voice in his motherfucking head that he teaches children that it's okay to do this and that and this and that and this and that. Sometimes, boy, I had to catch myself. Because some of you engage in this bullshit today. And just as then as is now, you don't believe in no motherfucking Baal. You believe in your flesh. You believe in your lust. You believe in your desire. Shit. Hate doesn't call us here. No. Hate does not call us here. Lust calls us here. Not hate. War doesn't call us here. Lust calls us here. Belief doesn't call us here. Worship doesn't call us here. Lust, plain old flesh-filled lust, calls us here. Not gods, not devils, not demons. Lust. Imagine such a thing. Imagine such a thing, I tell you. Imagine that. I had the game all wrong. Lust. Hold on. It gets better. Lust filled with all kinds of fetishes. Now, I have a few fetishes myself. Ain't no use in us being quiet now. No. Who's offended? Baal or the Baal worshiper? It ain't the Christian. Because the Christian is enjoying this tongue lashing. Christians saying, get that ass. Where's Baal now? I don't hear Baal. I hear Baal's blowing horns. See, and this is the limit. This is the limits. This is a good example. This is the limits of the limit. As an example of the limitations of false gods. They can only act within the boundaries and the set perimeters of the human body, rendering them pretty much human. And therein lies their problem. We, on the other hand, are under no such limitations. But back to what I was saying. We're not here because they ready for the fucking apocalypse. We're not here because they want to get to the Armageddon. We not here because they want to fight for their virgin of right. No, they just can't control their own flesh. Damn. And for all of that, we here. We here. And we didn't, you know what? We don't, man, I keep saying we don't care. But I'm going to tell you where you messed up at. Children. Children. I mean, first we would see a cave full of little bitty, what you call them things that everybody's wearing? The Crocs and little shower sandals in a pile that looked like 5 foot high and 4 foot wide. And in there, inside the cave with it, was bleachers, as if somebody in there was watching a show. Didn't say a word. Enforcement mechanisms, and this was in Colorado or Idaho, I think. Either way, no one done not a damn thing. 1,000 kids missing every week. Nobody does a damn thing. But man, you guys move really, really, really slow. And you're not gonna convince me that you ever give a damn anyway. Because again, we see what's going on. Here's an example. See, fuck it. Here's an example. Who sends their daughters and sons from toddlers to 6 and 7 and 9 and 10 years old to walk across dangerous terrain? Not just the animals either, but the two-legged kind too. Who does that? Mother? Father? Which mother or father you know would do that? Unguided, left to the elements to move forth an agenda. Exactly. We seen what we seen. But then I tie that to, where are all of the disappearing children? They were disappearing. Don't you see the setup? These are these are disposable kids. Disposable. It was obvious. Parents don't do that unless, well, anyway, we owe them no respect. Brothers and sisters, we owe you none either. If you practice these things, and you do, in fact, I am the beholder of your secrets. I am the holder of your secrets. For real, I am. Okay? And you practice this shit too. At least 2/3. Well, 20% of the 2/3 have to be nothing more than agnostics, meaning they don't believe in a damn thing. And that's cool. That whole concept is kind of cool. It's interesting. But you, on the other hand, you believe in what you believe in, to the point that you would engage in ritualistic action, ritualistic behaviors, even though God admonished you not to do these things. He asked you, he pleaded with you, he offered you lamentation and made it clear he didn't want you to engage in these things. But I'm still torn up about this Canaanite. I can still see him running across the hillside. And the captain saying, man, it ain't but 3. That's all it takes, nigga. Is one of them female? Hell, oh, shit. We got to chase them down. We're going to have to chase them down. But that ain't what happened. All these false-ass gods, you are being run by a satanic, cannibalistic cult, devil worshippers. Ain't no way out of it. So the question becomes, is it okay? It's okay for them, which explains a lot of stuff. Look at what's going on the world stage. They killing everybody. They starving everybody. See, this is what God wanted you to understand. Okay? He never intended for them to eat. He never intended for them to walk upon this planet or drink water. They are a byproduct. They are a byproduct of spiritual / flesh action that never should have been. No more than that. A byproduct. I hate to make them sound so devalued, But looking at the situation, they are a byproduct of a spiritual action against another, against flesh. This dude, you think about the devil, who, man, I'm not finna have no fight with no goddamn flesh, because I can do other things in the spiritual world. This fool down here walking around with man, having flesh fights with him. Flesh fights. You hear what I'm saying? Getting envious of a damn man because he got what some man nigga. Oh, Lord. But now look at the children. 4,000 years, 3,000 years. This will happen when you let them get away. I keep telling you, you can't let them get away. I know you don't want to hear it. You don't want to hear it, but you can't let them get away. Not this time. Okay? Because they're already speaking as though their freedom is a foregone conclusion. The fact that they're never going to have to face justice is a foregone conclusion. This is how they're acting. This is how they're talking. This is how they're thinking. I have a question. Where they do that at? Where else on the world stage have the devil ever said, you better worship me? You had better bow down to my authority. And damn, I'm tired of this suit. Take this suit off. See, I'm bigger than you. I'm red. I got a pointy tail. I got horns and hoof feet. And I got the authority. Nigga, shoot that fool in the face. Shit. You should have kept the suit on. Should have just kept the suit on. Same difference. So what happens next? We act like it ain't there? Like I said, I've entertained a few fetishes myself. No, this isn't a fetish here. No, this is part of belief. This is part of flesh. It's like I told you. It's not really belief at the end of the day. No, this is flesh. I wish it was something else. I wish it was belief that called us. And in terms of wickedness, I wish that it was true darkness and blackness. No, I wish it was because of a need for war. No. This kind of degradation on a fleshly level has to be repeated and compounded by the decade, by the millions, to make it have such an effect that it reached God's nostrils. And then God lit that shit up as an incense and cast it down. Take this shit back. Oh boy. You say take it back. This has reached my nostrils, and the angels reached for incense and lit it with the odors of the saints. And then stirred up the fire and threw it back down. You stink. Now we know why. You know what they say. You smell like what you eat. That's the truth. You really do. You are what you eat. You didn't know that shit? That's one of the ways in the future, you call them monsters. You call the people engaged in these documents monsters. Oh, no, 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 no. They're not monsters. These are just people who, on the extreme level, couldn't. Anyway, we're gonna take their definition. They say that they believe, and we're gonna find out. We're gonna find out if this is belief or lust. Because I can't help but feel that right about now, it's not even belief anymore. They're not even feeling sexy. Okay? They're not talking about going out on no goddamn dates. They're not talking about, affairs, what they call them, menage-a-trois, or repertoires, or nothing else. They're shaking in their boots. See, we're not trying to harm them, but they're going to have to get the hell up out the way. Or you can let us go, We shall not be controlled or governed by worshipers, or you can round us up, man, y'all got all kind of options. Round us up, try to put us in concentration camps and maybe even use guillotines. I don't know what the fuck that you're going to do, but you cannot expect us to follow Caesar's law and his proclamations when he couldn't even do it. You cannot expect us you can't expect this out of a upright, God-fearing people, unless you gotta be utilizing bullets and guillotines at this stage of the game. So maybe you should check yourself and politely move out of the way or announce yourself as we are the devil worshippers. We tricked you into thinking that we were just like you. But on Friday nights, we engage in whatever we engage in. Everything from ritualistic sex to, yes, baby drinking. We're not going to play with your dumb ass. I've known this since 2018 or 17. I bumped into one another baby drinkers. And by 2019, I was given privy or intelligence as to them having ritualistic sex orgies right downtown along with the location, time, and date. I recommended to myself that I just go in there with me two full clips, and they'll find them all butt naked. And their whatever God is in there with them. I reckon I would have got his ass too, but I thought better of it. But I would have been well within my right. Again, they're not supposed to be here. They were told. And they were told too. And they were told. Everybody knew. Everybody knew. So we're going to wrap this one here really, really fast. I think that we have established something here. You can't expect me or anybody good to really listen to you. And to do so is a favor unto you. It's a favor. The rule of law is gone. It's been gone. Godlessness is in full display. You're fighting for lawlessness at the top of the tree, at the bottom of the tree, fighting for it in the streets as I speak in terms of migration or immigration. Shit, you fighting it in terms of race, as in Somalian. Your term, not mine. But at any rate, that's all your business. It makes sense to me now. It makes a lot of sense. So kindly, sir, kindly, you need to entertain your options at this point, because it's going to get ugly at this point. I can guarantee you, Christians are going to start studying up. You thought that you were going to persecute them. No, that's how you used to do the old Christians. We are frankly waiting to bring your ass something just south of the Crusades. Quite honestly, we're waiting to bring you something just south of the Crusades. Okay? No, it's not going to happen. Not without war. I mean, it was inevitable anyway. And so what are you crying about? We all knew. We all knew. Now, who else have been engaging in ritualistic sex, ritualistic death, a killing of children? Israel, on full display. The other worshippers of Baal, devil worshippers. That's what they are. So, to all devil worshippers on the world stage, and to those who would do battle with them, steady yourselves. Steady yourselves. Armor up. Grab your weapons. Because this shit here, somebody is going to have to back down. It ain't going to be God. It ain't going to be me, because I don't have to. If I want them gone, then they'll be gone. See, this would be, except man has a say in it. He has to have skin in the game. You can't just do shit for him. After all, these are his children, his wives, his sons, his daughters. Nobody owes man nothing either beyond what he's owed. You let them break it. You let them invade. You let them overpower you. You let them outmaneuver you. Now it's your problem. It's your problem. But this idea in Babylon that one day we're going to round them Christians up and we're going to put them in camps and teach them a lesson. We're tired of them. Well, not as tired as we are of you. Like I said, by biblical standard, we're well within our right at this point. You are forcing the issue, I mean, in the vein that you're saying, so what? And we still gonna remain in power. We still gonna maintain our social order and our social structure and in the face of what you're saying. Now, if that was allowed, then you would still believe in Baal, now wouldn't you? Even though I beat Baal head and tail, I've talked about his beginnings, his beliefs, how he shapes his people, that I've pretty much destroyed him. So all that's left is you. Baal's not coming with you. Baal's not going to be there with you on a judgment. Baal's not going to be there in any of those shit. And like I said, this has been a huge misunderstanding, and I am, it's the word I'm looking for. I'm disappointed. I mean, I kind of mean this in tongue in cheek. But the only thing that makes it more is that you really believe in something that's never gave you nothing. You give each other everything based on similarities of fucking belief, and you think, and then you convince each other that it's a God giving it to you. What the fuck, man? What the hell? Let me get this straight. So you give each other things, promote each other based on similarities of fucking belief, and you think a God gave you something. You know what? I don't want to play with you no more. You the God. You the God right next to money. First money, and then you. Then you, and then the money. There is no in between. Money, you. You, money. God. Got it? I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do. I gotta go. But to think that I had this so messed up, I thought that you came in, that we were being called forth. Now I know that God, bear with me. This is tongue in cheek. I mean, no disrespect to the word or your honor or your thoughts, but I said before, I thought that we was coming to fight. Then it turns out not like I thought. Then I thought up until now that it would be a fight based on we believe that we're right to the point of we willing to both kill and die, only to learn that we have been called forth by flesh and lust. I am source, I am seven, I am one.